You may think that some of the things I say are maybe done in a childish way. But the reason I do that is because we are all large children, no matter our size. We're still learning something. We're still the children of creation itself. Like, we can use the two words God and then put Satan on the other side. You can say devil as in that develops its identified self because it's D-E-V-I-L, because it has the I there. You're not developing. You're not D-E-V-E expressing as it lies, ongoing in place. You're not doing something out here in the physical world and developing, or developing a thought, ongoing potential with the OP on develop. It's more like when you devil, it's you to or from your expressed self, vital, identified, active base. You want it from you. So in the same way we can say devil, we can say Satan and say subject active plus active notion. And N is always this thing that's happening now. So when you start with N, it's either like nothingness or dark. When you start with letters that have a certain position, they mean things if it starts with something. And then the letters following it also can alter what its meaning are. But trying to teach that just by talking it without physical examples can be difficult for people to understand. So that's why I want to say it in ways that you can do this in math, you can do this in spin, and you can actually do it in its vibrational pattern. But the way we understand that is how it sounds. When we say Satan, say it and done. Say it, done. Like you want to say plus active notion. You want to do it. You want it to be done your way. You want to yourself, D, E. You want to vitalize, identify an L as it lie. You want to make it what it is. That's what that means. Say it, want it done. I want it to devel. I want it to be what I want. To or from, dia, expressed, vital, identified, active base, L, or as it lie. And in God, literally, not giving it an entity, but knowing that it's the entirety. Because God is the word. But then when you die, you understand that there's such a bigger thing happening than your physical body, your mental body, everything that you have will not be able to put that into words. You are able to experience it. I know, I do it all the time. It's where I live. It doesn't mean that the stuff outside me doesn't affect me. Of course it does. But just thinking of what the word God means, because God is the word, but now think of the word God. They're both like irreversible. Word and God. God is the word and the word of God. Plural, W, ongoing, reference, to or from, dia. It's the what we're doing, word. And it's like what the whole world is what is going on, generated, ongoing, to and from, dia, whether it's good or bad. So it's God is G-O-D, generated, ongoing, to and from. Whether it was the past, whether it's going to be the future, whether it's now, it's everything you've got and God. It's everything you've got. Generated O, ongoing, dia, to and from, 26 letters. The Z, where it starts back over, and it is from side to side. Literally. When I say literally, I mean it. Light rally. How words become things from weightlessness and color spectrum. So we can say it's light, as in bright light, oh, shiny in my eyes, or we can say it's light, as in now we have some kind of weight to it. It's there, in matter, in form, in figure, in some kind of way, it's there. The light, what really is, L-I-T-E. At that point, light really means what is active base, identified, plus expressed, light. I speak light language, not L-I-G-H-T. I speak L-I-T-E and L-I-G-H-T. But L-I-T-E means I literally speak the way things are, the way God works, the way generated, ongoing, to and from works. I do not do anything for myself. I do everything for the group, the generated, ongoing, to and from. God, all things that we've ever got. But to and from, D is the first version of T, because it's the first thing that goes D and gives tension off the top of your mouth. It's the director. And then T is the T, adding to, because it's more tension and pressure from the top of the mouth. I mean, I know that sounds simple, and that's why I started this by saying I know these things sound childish. But since we all learned what we learned from our childhood on, we never realized that hearing those things and having those be told as certain stories based on whatever culture you come from makes your individual version of what reality may be something that is only exclusive to you. And maybe nobody's ever brought the idea up to you that there's actually one shared experience here, and you have a piece of it. And however much attention you put towards your piece of it can actually help you be part of the whole entire experience. And that is what God is. I don't say it. I know it. And it's not something that I have to preach. It's something that there's really nothing else to say. There's nothing else to talk about anymore, because I see everybody going throughout their life every day doing things that are truly unnecessary if they really thought about it. And they don't want to hear anyone say anything like that, because I'm just this one dude. And beyond the point that what I'm saying is true, and I'm not lying about any of the stuff I'm talking about. It's just me trying to put it into words may be what makes it difficult for other people to understand it. And since we have such a disconnection, since nobody sees each other in person, and most people are just seeing somebody or hearing somebody on the radio or listening to it or watching it on a video, that nobody really knows if somebody's being true and honest or not. And I am. I don't have any reason to lie to anybody. I want to live just as much as you want to live. And if you don't want to live, it's probably because the world around you is really messed up and you don't know what to do about it. And I, as an individual, have no reason to lie to you to say, I'm trying to help people understand that together we can do something about it. And I'm not saying vote somebody in place. Like, we actually have to free ourselves so we can be individuals, but we can only do that together. So that's why it is, we're all are one, even in the physical aspect of it. We've got to be okay with each other being who we are, but finding that, not having the people around us be made into stuff. Our children are being made into characters. And just look how wild and crazy it's getting. I'm not putting anybody down. I actually feel bad for them because I'm concerned and I care. Our children aren't making their own decisions. And then people are saying, oh, you're just anti-this, or you're making people feel bad and you shouldn't do that. And it's like, yes, nature doesn't work certain ways, and you can't just make experimenting be your whole point to life. We're just like experiments for people who think they are allowed to control us. And the funny thing is, most of them at the higher levels know that they're doing that, of course. And people wouldn't think that somebody would be that despicable. But of course they are. If you're allowing people to control you, they're going to keep doing it. And until somebody brings it up to you and presents it in a way that says, you know, we don't want to go killing all these people that have done this to us. We want to say, like, we know and we're not going to do it anymore. So how do we just disband ourselves in a cooperative, peaceful way? That is the big challenge. Instead of letting people do what they're doing, having the people that are involved with them who think they care about whatever group they're representing to actually look at this whole group, this whole world as what it really is. You're living on the giant body of something, and it's a learning place where you have a chance to do what is right or wrong, and you can choose either. But until you actually see that there is something and see how this whole thing will be a better place and apply yourself towards that, you'll keep chasing after other people's ideals because you never understood your own mind. Like I said, I'm trying to put it in the best words I can. Every time I speak, I try to come from my heart, and whatever's happening that day is involved in the conversation. Like, I've started over a couple times because the rattling on the roof of the rain falling has been just distracting, and I go like, ugh, and I'm not going to record that, so I'll back it up to right before I go, ugh, and then just start going from there. So it's not like I'm trying to edit. It's like I'm getting so frustrated because I'm trying to present this in the best way, and then I can't just be a normal person who's sitting here talking to somebody. But that's sort of what I'm doing right now, holding my phone in front of myself or recording myself in some way. It's what I do all the time because nobody is in person. I don't like these rants, but what else can I do? I'm trying to help, and I don't have anyone around me that I know that I can actually reach out to on a regular basis and make that my absolute work. And it's not something that I can do by myself by continuing to put out videos and continuing to put out, no matter how high tech the quality of it was, the information is going to be the same. So that's why I'm not going to put all that effort into, making it so flashy for people to like appeal to them, because I can't worry about that. It takes me out of the truth. And everyone has to understand that. By sitting there trying to edit and make big videos and make big elaborate things, you're actually taking yourself out of each moment by concentrating on something that was already done and making it look better or appeal to somebody else better. If it's true, then it's true, and let it be what it is. That's how you stay in the present moment. And I understand there's all kinds of aspects to that, but let's not worry about that right now. And I'm just going to be done talking because, like I said, I get frustrated and rant, and it's only because I want to be as natural as I am, instead of sitting here being a distant world that's a technological family, because it's the only way we try to communicate anymore. Not all of us, but most of us. And the people that don't are disconnected from everybody else too, because they look at it as a world that they don't want to be part of. Because we've never had the chance to actually come together as individuals. It's always been broadcasted from outside to us, and that's just what we believe now. Because we fear it. We don't stand up to it. Anyway, that's it. Peace.